What's up, everybody? JD here, welcoming you to another Wasted Attention episode. This is our weekly check-in me and Animal did. He gave me a phone call, and we talked about The Dirt, the Motley Crue movie on Netflix. We get into some Static X and some Machine Head news, 25th anniversary of Burn My Eyes, and started discussing some old school classic rock shit. So some stuff I've been jamming. Talk a bit about that. But since we did this on Animal's phone, I'm not real happy with the quality. His side's fine. For some reason, my quality sounds like shit. And I know what you're thinking. Well, your voice sucks all the time. Don't blame it on the phone. Well, you're right, but it sounds even shittier than normal. And I'm gonna blame myself on this one. So I think it's because I was being lazy and I was using my wireless headset. I thought I was cool, and it turns out the quality's shitty. So if you end up not liking this or listening to this, I get it. If you think this sucks, well, I think it sucks too. But we had a fun conversation and talked for an hour, so I'm gonna fucking put it out there and let the cards fall where they may. So hopefully you stick around. If not, see you in a couple days. We got some episodes on the way, so fret not, my friends. Till then, enjoy what you can out of this episode.
What's up, everybody? This is Animal from Wasted Attention, and tonight there's a very, very good chance we might talk about pubic hair, but we'll get to that later. I am on the line with the one and only JD. How are you doing, man?
Hey, Animal. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. It's really good to hear your voice, you know?
I'm good. I busted out my wireless headphones. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for a good conversation.
Listen to that crystal clear quality.
So you can expect from Wasted Attention, nothing less.
No, nonetheless. Nonetheless. So, my man, you know, we like to do this every week. I know last week I ditched out on you because things are just a little bit crazy, but we're going to kind of check in and kind of hold everybody over till next podcast because, you know, everybody is just waiting for the next podcast because you're so popular.
Yeah, by the way, I'm slowly putting those old episodes up on SoundCloud. I'm trying to do one per day until we catch back up. This will go up as soon as we get this shit squared away, sir.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I saw that you've been busy with that, and so it's going to automatically upload for everybody when we upload it on our other socials, or how does that work?
Like when we get back in sync?
Yeah, like Chris. I almost said Chris Kattan, but he was never in sync. That was Chris Kirkpatrick.
He should have been. No, it's like its own thing. So I could probably set up once we get rolling here. It's just one more thing I'll have to run it through.
Nice.
I have to upload it to SoundCloud. I have to upload it to YouTube. I have to upload it to Anchor, which uploads it to everything else. So it's spread like herpes. You know what I mean? You got to put a little extra work in.
Oh, you just have that perfect way of explaining things, you know?
You know, like just to paint the picture here, I'm kind of sit back in my little rocking chair. It's not even a rocking chair. It's the chairs we sit on for the podcast. And okay. I got my one leg on the table, and I got my one leg on the floor, and I'm just kicking back like I'm a businessman. You know what I mean? It's real comfortable being like that.
Yeah, it's a power move. It's a total power move. I'm pretty sure you have like a bottle of old scotch sitting somewhere near you.
Somewhere. I'm going to light up my Rick and Morty lava lamp and light a fucking candle. And
no, you can't do that. It's going to take 3 hours for that thing to get rolling. That's what I hate about lava.
I know. I should have had it started like when I first started watching The Dirt, which we'll get to in a minute.
There you go. It's true. You know, I'll tell you, I remember as a kid, my mom was so afraid that those things would start fires. She made me put my lava lamps on little mini dishes.
Hey, you can't be too careful. Your mom is a registered nurse or something, you know what I mean?
You put too much goddamn lacquer on that thing anyway. That's great. Yeah, well, paint your picture. I'm standing in front of my oven because my oven just preheated. I'm going to be cooking my dinner here for 24 minutes exactly. It's a Red Baron Supreme French bread pizza. I'm very excited about it.
I do enjoy the Red Barons, man.
You know, there's something about them that they just have that competitive edge to the other home pizza. You know, I don't know what it is.
It's definitely a step above Jack's. And then I guess it really comes down to personal preference between Red Baron and Tombstone.
Ooh, Tombstone is really good though too.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's that mid-tier fucking cook-at-home pizza. You know what I mean? Between them and Red Baron.
I'm
then
not
your upper echelons. Yeah, exactly. Because that's your upper echelon. You got the DiGiorno, and I would put Home Run in up there too. And I haven't even tried Doreen's or Cold Colleens or whatever the fuck the other one is.
Oh yeah.
I have not tried that.
No, I'm not. I just don't really want to be spending like $7-8 on a pizza, because when you're in that point, like, then why the hell not just go to Domino's or Papa John's or Pizza Hut or whatever?
Technically, some of those Domino's are probably cheaper than some of those upper freezer fucking pizzas.
Yeah, and Domino's, man, they've completely rebranded, and I tend to like them. They get shit on a lot, but I think they're really good.
I haven't had them in 20 years, so
20 years.
Probably. Yeah, I would say it's probably 90s. I remember watching Dudley Do-Right with a Domino's pizza.
Dudley Do-Right?
So that should probably put like a time frame on everything for you. The Brendan Fraser one?
Yeah, I remember
the actual movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I said in my head. It's Domino's pizza.
That really ages us.
Domino's for 3 days of fucking time, man.
Yeah, that really ages us, man. But, whatever. Pizza's pizza. Pizza is delicious.
That's right.
So, we were wanting to really get into this is we wanted to kind of talk about The Dirt, man. I made you watch that today.
Yeah, I was going to get to it eventually. I just wasn't planning on it being today.
Yeah.
But you told me I should. So, start. Yeah, man, what you think?
Honest to God, man, I've never got into Crew at all. I obviously have known all the radio hits. Yeah, like, you respect them for what they were, but this movie really painted a picture and kind of made these characters lovable, man,
Did it, though?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
all right, well, okay. I feel like it was a Lifetime movie of the Motley Crue story. You know what I mean? Because I know most of the stuff from the behind the music.
Right.
I never read the book because I don't do that because I got better things to do with my time. And I don't know, man. It's I think it's probably as much as you could do within like a 90-minute to 2-hour movie. But I don't know. I feel like they're caricatures of who the fucking people might actually be. I don't know.
Yeah, they're
overall it's enjoyable. I mean,
yeah,
it's not terrible, but
No.
Is it Bohemian Rhapsody? I don't know. Never saw that movie either.
Neither did I. Everybody, like, when you tell them that, they get very offended that you haven't seen that movie.
Well, it's okay, because we'll have to add that to the list, and then we'll have to watch the Elton John one that comes out whenever the fuck they make that next. And who else is going to be nice? Who knows?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe the Chris Sims story.
Should we add some kind of monster thing? No, not some kind of monster. What's the other one? Whatever, it doesn't matter. You know what it is. Everybody knows what it is.
None of this matters. I really, I think my favorite character out of that movie was Mick Mars, man. I really dug him. I think I identified with him a lot.
Yeah, I think so too. He's kind of like the straight shooter, no bullshit. I don't know how much. I knew he was older. I didn't know how much older he was. Sometimes I still don't know.
10 years older than them.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah. So, because
I didn't know he had his disease.
Neither did I.
He's been in Motley Crue, so maybe that's probably something I learned today.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I had no idea. It makes total sense though that when you watch him play live and stuff, how he's always like I don't want to say like crumbling over, but he's always looked like he plays very low, and that would make sense if he's had this debilitating back pain his entire life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, as far as characters go, I think, Tommy was the one, like, he's the dumb fun one. And do you find that to be true from what you know of Tommy Lee? Do you think?
I honestly don't know much about him other than the fact that anytime I've seen an interview with him, he's been very happy, very just happy-go-lucky. I know he had that reality show for a while, which I never really watched, and I obviously know the negative portrayal of him in the media of not making, like, really the best decisions, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
But he just, I don't know, he seems like he would have been really fun back in the day like that. You know what I mean? Just ready to go, man.
Yeah, it's hard to say because I feel like they took some liberties and they kind of adjusted in the film. Like, there's a scene where the manager first comes in and like it shows him kicking some dude's ass. I'm like, this didn't happen, but it seemed like a cool story. So I really don't know. Like when you do shit like that, I don't know if it's fun enough and crazy enough to where you can kind of tell the difference.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of weirdness in it, but like I said, overall it's enjoyable. But
yeah, it was something you had to see because how often are you seeing movies about like the rock era of musicians? And I know, they made Bohemian Rhapsody. I get that, but Queen wasn't that heavier side, and Motley Crue is. It's very like it really, really, really made me think about them a lot. Like listening to them during the movie and everything, and I ended up just, me, I just dove completely in after that and kind of listening and trying to hear like stuff that I haven't heard before. And really, dude, their music, there was a lot of really good catchy stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I never got too much into Motley Crue music-wise, but like you kind of give me a lot of experience of things, being in the bands, trying to do our own shit.
Yeah.
Even though I don't like the music per se, doesn't do anything for me, it definitely has a tone and its own sense of identity, I guess, like a tone and a style that's their own, would you say?
No, I agree. I completely agree. That whole scene, just from what we've heard and stuff, obviously, because we weren't a part of that, but like on the Sunset Strip and all that, with the whole glam metal thing, like, it seemed like they kind of had their heavy metal version twist of their own. Not in any way am I saying that they were heavy metal by any means, but they brought some bit of darkness compared to that otherwise very happy-go-lucky scene,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whereas glammy as it works, you don't kind of want to do the Satanist thing or like the upside-down pentagram and shit like that. It's not something I really thought of. Like, obviously they had the song Shout at the Devil, and there are some cool, like, sludgy kind of riffs here and there. Wise Wire is not a bad riff, and obviously Shout at the Devil. But at some point, I don't know. The image and what the whole Satanist thing kind of just went two separate ways. I think it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. It's weird to see them be older guys dressing like that too nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It was weird, and it's funny that you mentioned. I wanted to touch base on that Livewire thing because I swear to God, man, like. When I was watching the movie, I thought to myself, man, that's a riff that Jake would really dig. And I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah, it's a good hard rock song, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. But yeah,
like when I first started and I sent you that message, it was kind of funny because there's that one dude that's playing with them and couldn't it's the easiest fucking riff you could think of, and they fucking talk about it like it's like this new thing no one's ever done or heard of.
Really? See, now you can comment on that better than I could.
No, because it says dance. What the fuck is so hard? I mean, this is 4 years after the first Van Halen. I mean, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, he didn't ask anybody to play fucking Eruption.
Right.
Jesus Christ. The fucking bass player wrote the song. This guy can't play it?
Right.
Jesus.
That's funny. Wow. Yeah, that is true. They made it seem like Livewire was like their I hate to even say, like Bohemian Rhapsody. You know what I mean? Like they're the big one. And I even saw on the set list from that first song or that first show that they had, they saved that for last because they knew that was the big one,
Right.
I don't know, man.
I had another point. Let me see. I don't know. It was just kind of funny to me, man. Like, it just kind of blowing smoke up their own ass a little bit. It's to be expected. It's your movie, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like, some of it's going to be dramatized and everything. I really was hoping that they would not have to touch on that whole Vince Neil accident / his daughter thing, because those were just so dark, man.
Well, here's the weird thing about the movie. Like, how long ago was that book written? Was it in the early part of the 2000s?
Yeah, it was after the new millennium, but it was like really, I remember I was in high school when it came out.
Yeah, 'cause it hasn't come out in like the last couple of years. So,
Mm-mm.
you know, it's weird because it really takes like the whole movie takes place over, 15 years? Because by the mid-'90s it's out, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's weird to have just this little amount of time, and like it's been longer since that time period to now,
right.
as opposed to the whole time they were together. So,
right.
So what have you guys done since you came back? You're not going to touch on any of that? Like,
right,
you guys
exactly.
Was it successful or whatever Saints of LA or whatever the fuck that song was?
Sure was. I was checking that out today.
The John Crowley years, they spent like 3 minutes with it. It's like, oh, nobody likes this.
Right. David Sline's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, we want Vince, and then it's like, it's like the timing. Like I said, if you're gonna dive into like each person's life, I feel like it's just quick cuts of everything. It's not enough to make you really truly care or feel like they were like personable or like this is who Tommy Lee really is or who Vince Neil really is.
Right.
Yeah, I just think it's a problem with like a movie format, you know.
Well, exactly. It felt very put together. I think that very put together quickly. I feel like they could have made that into like its own show with 12 separate episodes of an hour and 10 minutes. Like you said, dive into each different one.
This shit would make more sense as a documentary.
Right.
Just on YouTube, somebody going in depth. I'd rather see the actual live footage and the actual photos and shit like that, which I was hoping they'd put in the movies.
Me too.
They saved it for the credits here and there. So
yeah, I was excited about that, and I leading up to that last show, you know what I mean. That footage has been everywhere of them, and for them to not actually include that, or even if it wasn't really them with the actual real live footage, man, I thought that they were gonna show something like that. It just was like, oh, okay, so we're here now. Okay, so Vince is out. Oh, okay, so now he's back. And then
let's not forget, after they kind of came back in it, Tommy Lee left again at some point. Because I remember seeing a show with me and my dad went. I won't say we saw the Scorpions, and there's probably a couple other bands there, maybe Dio. And I want to say Motley Crue closed the show, and Tommy Lee wasn't there. So this is in sometime in mid-2000s, somewhere, maybe?
Yeah.
So it just, I don't know, man. I don't know what the goal of this movie was other than to just go another thing to make money off maybe the book or just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything particularly well enough in either direction to kind of satisfy me, I guess.
I get you. It was interesting.
It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's whatever.
Yeah, fun. Yeah, there was a lot of breasts in that movie, man.
Lots of breasts, lots of coke, lots of drugs.
Yeah, man. What did you think about the actor who portrayed Ozzy?
It wasn't bad. I thought it was Bruce Dickinson for a second. I was like, is that fucking Bruce Dickinson?
That's funny. I didn't even think about that. That's hilarious. I don't know. I think...
Yeah, because that scene in particular, because everybody's heard the fucking story. That's one of the main things that you ever seen on Behind the Music, Ozzy pushing fucking Tommy out of the way and lapped up his own fucking piss and stuff. So I don't know, man. It felt weird. I knew what was coming and what was happening, and I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, like you said, it's always been the story you've heard, and you knew it was coming. As soon as I saw they were at that hotel, all hanging out there, I was like, okay, that's gonna happen eventually,
Cool. It was cool that they did put Ozzy in there even for a second. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
I was surprised, and it's the part I laughed at the most. So
that's funny, and it even I think they really tried to make him look how he did back in the '80s with the hair, and I thought it was really good. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's so funny that you said that about that Livewire song, because now I want to listen to it again tonight, because I just want to
it's not a bad jam.
Yeah, but I want to hear how you're saying it's just you're basically just going off of two different chords, right?
Yeah, so I think he's hitting the A string, chugging on that, and then it's just 5/5 on your D and G strings.
Yeah.
And then somewhere around there.
So really, we were all supposed to get hard for a very fancy hammer on.
And that was, Man, I just fucking lost again. I had a phone about that, the musician shit. God damn it. Oh, well.
I told you last week that for someone who's seemingly very, very healthy and young in his mind, you really are a stoner sometimes. You get to that point, and then you just...
It's getting worse, my friend. Man, getting worse. Like, it was literally right there, and then I said one other thing, and I lost it.
What day is it?
And that first jam, too, it's just like that girl is sitting there like, yeah, this is too heavy for you. And then all of a sudden they just tune down a whole step and they're like, it just clicks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, even if you left it up, like, the song still sounds the fucking same. Maybe you could adjust the vocals here and there, but I think you would know you were onto something or not.
Yeah.
This was completely, like, fucking dismissive, and all of a sudden, like, you know what? I like what you did there with the tuning. Nice job, makes so much sense.
It's too funny.
We know the chick. If there's anything we know about this chick who remained nameless the entire fucking movie, just somebody who gave fucking Vince Neil a fucking upper or downer or who the fuck knows what. She knows music, you know?
Right. Yeah. That is too funny. Yeah, you know, and, you know, they're in this apartment.
Like that where I just take her up their ass, you know? But.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because you get all the different, like, you know, viewpoints on the scene. I was just thinking, what do these neighbors think, man? They got a full band upstairs with the windows open. But then again, maybe it's L.A. in the 80s, man. Who cares?
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
So, yeah, I think that's probably one of the things I was touching on because, like I said, even though the music's not really my thing, you know, it has that tone and that feel. And for anybody if you just listen to the radio all your life, it's easy to just dismiss any fucking thing on the radio that you don't like. But until you're out there playing with people, like trying to start bands and seeing what real people do, like when they suck, like you do see people that can't play that one fucking riff. You do see people that have drums but can't keep the fucking beat. So when you can touch in on like a sound or a tone, or it is fucking magical, and we do feel like it's kind of meant to be. So I think that's the point I was going to make.
Oh, it makes sense, man. They seemed like such a dysfunctional bunch of people that really weren't on. They were just completely four different people. You know what I mean? But they, like you said, they clicked, man. You know, and I don't know, man. It seemed fun. I bet it must be just so wild for them to look back on this and be like, wow, we have a movie, you know, that's made about us, and it was like 30-something years ago, and now here we are. You know, it's just wild.
Yeah, this movie's 20 years late, but it's all right. Yeah, I wanted to go in and shit on it more, but it's all right.
Yeah, it was something. I was like, oh, this will be something good to talk about with JD, you know?
Yeah, because, we've been talking about some, like, classic rock, at least I have.
Yeah.
So
what have you been listening
about
to?
it.
Yeah, tell me about this now.
So, I don't know what it is, man, but I get in this phase where I just jam some fucking old Scorpions tunes, man. I was doing Bad Company. And what else did I say? Some ZZ Top I was jamming on, some Aerosmith, some 70s Aerosmith, good shit.
Yeah, Joe Walsh,
there's just
too.
something about it, man. Yeah, dude. Like, only a couple songs. I'm not well-versed in Joe Walsh, but I just have this appreciation of it all of a sudden. And I think maybe it's just we're not getting what we need out of us. Most of the music coming out nowadays, you know?
So do you think what does it come down to for you? Is it the song structure? Is it the tone that you're hearing? What is it?
The songs are pretty good, surprisingly. Like, I mean, maybe it's a lot of remastering and shit that's going on nowadays, but, you know, I think the identity of the song is there. You know what I mean? Like, there's a hook. There's something that immediately draws you into the song or not. And it's like we were talking with the Elite and what makes Chimera and all that shit great. Even the Light the Torch. There's a simple hook, a simple riff. There's always a groove, something that's going to make you nod. And you can go and you can do the thrash shit, and even just a whole thrash song's cool every once in a while. But when you can't tell a song apart on an album, that's when you really got some fucking problems. And that's a lot of the shit I think I hear nowadays.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Not to name too many bands or anything, not that I could off the top of my head, but, you know, I think that's where I fit. And especially vocal-wise, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It gets old, man. It gets old. It gets complicated. You know, I know it's not like it's a new band or anything, but I always felt that way with Striping and Lad, that Alien album. I felt like a lot of the songs blended in together for me.
Blended in together? Like,
yeah.
So the difference?
Yep.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, it's the price you pay when you want to be too brutal, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vocal-wise with death metal and yeah, certain genres too, like we were talking Carcass, I can't, I'm immediately out just because of the vocals. If the vocals don't have the highs, the lows, if you're not doing different types of screams with them, they're automatically boring because all you're relying on then is the fucking rhythm.
Right. That's true.
Who really gives a shit? You know what I mean? You wouldn't even have to know the words.
Yeah, no, that's true, man. I feel like that with Cannibal sometimes. I feel like they're really focused on the lows, and you get a couple highs out of Scooter, but really, I mean, they're still fucking brutal. But their music, I really feel, is good enough to back them up and keep that interest there, for me at least.
Yeah. Usually there's something that can pull you out of it. So usually it's a riff or something. Yeah, but it's got to change and it's got to do stuff. Yeah,
for sure, man. Another band to me that has never clicked, and I know like a million people love them, but is Cattle Decapitation. I'm just not like a huge fan of them.
Is that one that we checked out on one of them lists? Is that on the top 30?
I think, yeah, it was. You're absolutely right, it was.
So I remember digging the riffs, and not bad, but as far as that shit goes, it was pretty good.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where it's just, I mean, I think I saw them with Cannibal. Yeah, I did. And I was like, wow, this is just like noise. And maybe it was just the sound was all bad, but it was just like one clusterfuck, and there was people there that knew every single song, and I just kind of felt out of place. I should probably give them another try.
I feel like that's probably the same thing with Dying Fetus, too.
Yes. Oh,
because the riffs are fucking killer, and then I think I'd probably leave it with the vocals. You know?
Yeah.
It's all good, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'd say you dig what you dig, but Red, man, if Red was on this call, he'd be really fighting for that.
Yeah, because he's immediately who I thought of when I was going to make this reference, the Dying Fetus reference. So it would have been nice to have heard his take and interpretation of everything. Because he's a guy that gets real brutal or real fucking melodic. So
yep,
it's crazy.
Yeah, he's really hard to figure out music-wise, where you kind of know like what something one of us is gonna like. You know, we all have like our very unique different styles of things. But Red, he's just very hard to predict, man. Like who would have thought that Red would have liked MSI? You know what I mean?
Yeah, go figure, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a wild guy, man. But getting back on this classic rock thing, though, but I've known you for many years, and you've always had those older albums in your current rotation. And I mean, it's not. I'm not surprised that you got back into it, but I guess if it's really like, is it? You think it's just like a phase that you're going through right now, or do you think that you're going to keep going with this, or?
Well, I think it's always there.
Yeah.
Because there's always things that, obviously Led Zeppelin's something that gets talked about a lot, AC/DC, Van Halen. But, I wanted to bring those other bands up that accompany all them just because I think what probably started recently, what got me back in looking back again, was I was going through the Bad Company, just each album that they released, not the greatest hits. I just wanted to hear what every song was and just, see if I could catch shit that I didn't know. So I go back and do those things. And, I did that. I found a couple of the slower songs, Simple Man, Seagull, and something else. But you find shit like that. And I've gone through the Aerosmith albums, just trying to pick out shit that I don't know that I would like. And I try to do that every once in a while. Because I don't know. It's the only way to find shit, I guess. We got all the things at our fingertips, and we don't venture out very far. It seems like.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's hard to venture out, especially. I think it's intimidating because there's so much out there. It's like, where do you even start? And the 70s Aerosmith, you've been really pushing. You know what I mean? So I really need to get to them so we could talk about that.
Oh yeah. I could give you tons of shit to check out, but depends on where we want to divide our time, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Are already like triple questions.
I think it's easier to go back and listen to like shit from bands you have at least kind of a taste for. Because if you're looking for new bands, I get kind of too impatient. If I don't find that hook within the first 3 songs, I might not check out the rest of it. So if you got like a built-in formula, like going back and listening to like the entire first Black Sabbath album, how many people know most of the songs that that aren't fucking Black Sabbath and ID. You know what I mean?
No, that's true.
So you go back there and it's just, you already got some interest in them, so you can't shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy in, you know?
You know, it's funny that you had mentioned that because my son, he really loves Ozzy's voice. Like, he's always been very attracted to the way he sings and the melodies and everything, and I kind of ran with that. So we, we took him for his first concert. Him and his sister's first concert was Ozzy when he came through this last time. They really liked it, man. I just wish it could have been a better experience for them up front. But you know what? When those tickets were like pushing $350, $400, I'm like, yeah, the lawn's good. You know?
Yeah. And is there anything better than the early Ozzy voice?
No.
Early Black Sabbath albums.
You can't top it. There's no way. Like, because that we were listening to that, and we have like a playlist of just his Ozzy songs that he really likes, and he said I wanted to know. And I was like, well, you know, the last thing that I knew of that Sabbath did was that 13 album, which came out like 5 years ago maybe. And I played it.
Probably closer to that now, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. But he was just like, wow, he's like, he just sounds so different. And I'm like, well, you know, now he's in, you know, at that time he was in the late 60s, so I mean, your voice is going to change over time. And he's like, hey, you could tell it's him, but it just didn't have that same smoothness to it. And I'm like, but that's all Ozzy was, is that smoothness, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to kind of bring him up to date, and just the frailty of being human and getting old and doing what you do, you know?
Exactly.
Although it's crazy because you see like Rob Halford out there still giving it pretty fucking much damn near spot on, if not completely, you would think. Bruce Dickinson, even though I'm not a Maiden fan, you know, he seems like he's bringing it still, so.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool to see that still out there, man.
No, it really is, man. You know, I was really sad. I remember when at that Ozzy show, because like before he came out, they were just showing all the pictures of him throughout his career and everything. It's like, man, like he's just been doing this forever, and it's not going to last forever, you know?
Were you with us when we all went to that Ozfest where Sabbath closed? Because I want to say there was probably about 3 or 4 of us, and you know, like, and we thought they were going to come back out for an encore, and it just never happened.
Oh yeah, I was there.
Were you there for that? Okay, yeah. And that was back, and just Ozzy's voice couldn't just keep up, and it's not like he's taking care of himself like probably the other guys have, but obviously, I don't think Bruce Dickinson or fucking Rob Halford were sniffing fucking ants and laughing up from Tommy Lee's piss, but.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Shit. No shit. Wasn't that the year that Sharon allegedly cut the power during Maiden set?
Yeah, because Maiden opened up for Sabbath that day, or that show I was doing, right? Because that's the only time I've had to have seen fucking Maiden, because I don't give a shit.
Right. It was something.
I don't think it wasn't our show, at least. It couldn't have been.
No, I don't know. I don't think so. It's just been so long, and I don't know. I just remember really looking forward to Priest, man.
Yeah, dude. I think they're more, obviously I think they're heavier than Maiden. You know, that's a comparison that gets made a lot. Priest or Maiden. I was been a Priest guy.
Yeah, I know you have. I don't know. It kind of lumps into that classic metal thing for me, and I respect it all, but you know, at the time I didn't give a shit really, other than just to see Priest. But looking back on it, I'm like, man, we saw Sabbath, Priest, and Maiden on one bill. Like, that's a huge fucking bill.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing, dude. Like, I never got to see Priest.
No, at least you got to see it once, you know, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, sometimes you're just not ready for that shit. You know,
yeah,
like you're just not where you should be.
No.
At the time, like you see these bands, you know, it's like you talked about with Throwdown, and you're just not ready to receive that music sometimes, you know.
No. Plus, you know, we were teenagers too, and we're like, man, we gotta do some metal. But you and I have always kind of really, we kind of found that common ground with the classic rock, and Red too. I know Ivan, he appreciates it, but I don't really ever hear him talking too much about, you know, the super old school classic rock stuff.
Well, it's cool because that's the shit I was brought up on. Like, shit, my first concert was Ted Nugent. That's all from my dad, all that Van Halen and stuff. So it was awesome to be brought up on that shit. Then it was time for it gave me a love for music So when I became old enough, it wasn't about what I heard on the radio. It's about, well, this dude was wearing a Slipknot shirt. Well, it's fucking Columbia House, that fucking Slipknot album. So I started discovering shit. And, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't do that, and I think they get stuck up in that radio shit, and it's usually how you tend to fall for, like, hip-hop or country music or whatever. You know, if you legitimately like that stuff, that's fine, but, you know, I'm the kind of guy that likes to fucking discover shit, and I like shit that hits me in the guts. Makes the hair on my arms stand up, and shit I like mouth fucking solos and words and all that shit.
That's how Light the Torch was, like literally 1 week ago today, like at this time.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
Yeah. No, that's wild.
Shout out to Moontooth.
Yeah, shout out to Moontooth, man. They shared our interview, and it seemed to have been getting a really, really huge reach, and it was a fun interview, man. They were good.
Yeah, it's cool. I hope they'll sit down and talk with us again. We'll be better prepared. Hopefully it'll be bigger time.
Yeah, no shit. Well, you know, the hard thing is that, you know, they weren't really like I told them, I've not heard of them before, and, you know, they were coming out with a second album, you know, other than checking them out on you know, the internet and stuff like that for a couple of days. I mean, really, there wasn't a whole ton of material out there for them to really look.
Well, the whole point is to get out to new ears, right?
Yep.
So, you know, as long as we're honest about that, not blowing smoke up their ass. So, it's a great record. What's your favorite track? Is there a song on there called Crux? The fuck? You going to call me on my bullshit? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, is that those bands, man, when you interview a band and you come to them and you pretend like you're their biggest fan and have known them for years and you know all about them, it's just, they know it's complete bullshit. So it's just like, we're just open and honest, and hey, I just checked you guys out. It's really cool. It's why I wanted to reach out, you know?
Exactly. That's the fucking movie.
Yep. There's a band I'm interviewing tomorrow. They're calling up. They're called Valence. So I'll be talking to them.
What is it?
Yeah, Valence. Valence.
Ah.
Yeah. So Ear Split.
Cool. I mean, so it's good fucking opportunities for everybody. That's how I look at it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, Ear Split had reached out, and these guys, according to their website, they're an up-and-coming band that exists to push the boundaries of rock and having fun doing it. Fusing metal, prog rock, and jam, Valence creates a unique sound that is intelligent and energetic, yet still accessible. So, sounds good. Check it out, you know? Yeah.
So, not to get off subject here, whatever topic we're going for, but I know there's probably two things you definitely want to touch on before we end tonight. You want to pick one?
Let's do the first.
You want to start with Static X first?
Yeah, that's the one I for sure know. The other one I can't think of right now, so I'll be surprised. But
because I didn't think about it until I was going through these albums here, and then I saw the band pop up. I was like, oh, there's probably something to talk about with that band.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So Static X released yesterday in a press release that they have officially come out saying that they do have a singer that will be out helping them on this tour, paying tribute to Wayne Static, and they re-recorded Blood for Days with this guy and apparently have a new song too. And they showed a little clip, and this gentleman has the long little goatee action going on, has the classic Wayne Static hair, and also has a mask that really is kind of eerily close to Wayne's bone structure, and it's
a Wayne Static zombie mask, basically.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's it, man.
I think it's pretty cool, dude. I kind of looked at it and I was like, I'm more interested in it now than I was before. Like, I watched that little trailer you guys sent me, and obviously my lady in the somewhere in the room kind of distracted me. So when I saw those three guys, I thought it was I didn't realize that was the drummer at first. So I was like, oh, it's cool. I'm looking at like, who's out there with them and shit. And it's like, no, that's not the singer at all.
Right, exactly.
But I think it's cool. The only question is, going forward, if you're going to do new material, do you call it Static X? Or do you keep that fucking thing going with the Wayne Static mask?
Yeah.
So at some point, it's not going to be a benefit. It's going to be, if you're going to treat it like your own project, you're going to have to start making money off it. And then at the same time, you're kind of making money off of Wayne's name at that point, I would assume.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this is going to be it for the tour, and I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it is now a worldwide tour, man. Like, it starts in June, and it literally goes to like Australia, some other countries that I can't think of right now, but it literally goes from June till like the middle of December, so it's fucking massive.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Shit. Like, do you think they should come out and say who the fucking singer is, or just keep him completely anonymous?
Ooh. I think to keep him anonymous would be cool because they're not trying to make a big deal out of it, but knowing people, like what happened to fucking Ghost, people just kept on asking and asking and asking until it finally happened. Mm-hmm. But I'm all for it being anonymous. I'm okay with that. You know, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's better because if it's somebody that we're not aware of, then I think for sure the only reason you probably would want to come out maybe if it was a well-known name, but even then, I feel like maybe that would overshadow Wayne's legacy a little bit. So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's only one guy going out there and singing the fucking songs, and I think he does a good job.
Yeah, it sounded
fucking. Yeah, I think he did a good job sounding like Wayne, and I think it's cool, man.
Yeah, man. No, it's you know, a lot of people want to shit on it. I think that they have enough vested in the legacy of Wayne to do this the right way, and I'm interested to see what happens, man. You know, like we said at the last, you know, midweek call-in, that it's going to be a badass show no matter how you look at it, but now actually physically seeing it, I'm like, ooh, this is going to be something, man.
Look, dude, yeah, it's like you said, the shows are already, we're fucking little whiny bitches whining in his basement about it being dishonest or it's just a money grab. I don't even give a shit at this point. The ticket sales speak for itself, dude.
No, I agree. I really think that it's going to be interesting once it's all said and done. But half the people complaining on the internet are probably the ones who have bought the tickets. So
yeah, that's right. That's usually how it turns out, even though all the bitching.
No, it's true, man. I mean, I know we just talked about, you know, the whole thing about it being anonymous would be cool, but I do want to touch on the fact that the rumors out there are about that gentleman from that YouTube page, the Frog Leap Studios page. You heard about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
There's a lot of rumors out there that this guy, and I'm trying to find his name as we speak because I don't want to, you know, do him any injustice here. I have to scroll through our giant conversation of fucking global warming this morning. So, Leo Moracholi is who this is rumored to be. He is a big YouTube sensation where he takes songs that aren't metal and makes them metal.
It's not one of the guys that does in different styles of rock singers, is it?
No, that's not him. He's
okay.
Cool. I like him.
Yeah.
But no, he's a different guy. If you look up in our thread that we had, our personal thread yesterday, I attached a video to it where he was covering Adele's Hello, but he also did like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's the guy who's rumored because it looks like him, it sounds like him. It'll be interesting to see what you think personally of it, but I guess I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he already had like the long braided goatee and stuff, so you know it's not that far off. But you know, whatever. But it is what it is.
Yeah, for me, for my money, I would say if I'm managing this band at this point, I would hold on until the tour's over and they kind of go their separate ways or do their own thing before I came out with the name.
Right. That makes sense, man.
I could. Obviously, you know, people are going to be fucking trying to get the information and try and put it out there. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'd hold on to that shit as close as I could.
Yep. And you can guarantee that if there's any meet and greets on this tour, that they're going to keep that guy tucked away.
What do you think it'll have him just out there with the fucking mask on?
Maybe they could, and he's not going to say anything. You know what I mean? Could be. Just depends on how they treat it. You know, I don't know. I'm all about the theatrics and shit. I'm a Genesis fan, okay? So leave me alone.
Oh, here we go. I'm a Sega Genesis fan, so
Hi-yo.
I guess that's about as close as we're going to get.
Yeah. Do you remember Vector Man? Did you ever play that?
Oh, yeah. That's like one of the ones I always think of.
Yeah, it was a sweet game, man. A sweet game.
Remember Booger Man?
Oh, I love Booger Man.
Yeah, on Superman Nintendo.
Hell yeah. Booger. Great.
All right, this other thing too. So I want to be surprised. I can't remember what else we were supposed to talk about.
There was nothing you watched earlier with a certain group of people getting back together for a 20th anniversary.
Machine Head. That's what it is. That's what it is, JD. I am so excited. My thrashy bones are tingling right now.
Okay, because I didn't get to see that interview. I saw like the first question. I just didn't have time to watch the whole thing. So I'm curious to see how everybody is. I did see where they were jamming and doing all that stuff.
Right.
Man, it's good to see fucking Chris Kontos out there. I always known like Logan was out there doing shit, producing, and he had bands, but I had no idea whatever the fuck happened to Chris. So cool to see him there. He seems like he's in a great fucking mood.
Yep.
Seems like he's gonna fucking shred it. So it's cool to see.
He is, man. I got chills, man. In that video, they were jamming on the Rage to Overcome. I was like, oh my god.
But the other thing that I did read was they're gonna break this shit down into 2 sets. Like a first part and a second part. And the second part's going to be the Burn My Eyes shit. Now, Rob's got 2 other fucking guys coming in to do all the other stuff.
Really?
Did you see this at all? Yeah.
No, I did not see this. That is interesting.
I want to say I read it on Machine Head's blog.
Wow.
I believe. Yeah, whatever the fuck we're tossing back and forth, yeah.
Wow, that is crazy. That is, wow. And you know, it's crazy for Rob. I mean, he'll be able to pull it off himself, you know, being out there for a couple hours, obviously we know, but man, I don't, you know, there's so much hate out there for Rob right now. And, you know, a lot of shit happens behind closed doors that us elitist metal fans don't know about. And, you know, I'm sure there was a lot of, you know, things happening that weren't the greatest and all. But you know what? It's at the end of the day, it's his baby. It's his passion. And he wanted the best for the band. Unfortunately, he kind of suffocated the other guys, as he said. But he's out there with these old relationships out there and giving the fans what they want. Like, why the fuck are you going to bitch about that?
Well, look, maybe he ran it into the ground this last couple of years with the lineup that they were running at the time, you know, Demo and McLean. But, you know, it's like he's kept that fucking thing alive pretty much almost nonstop. There's that one time right before Ashes where it might have ended. He kept it alive through them. Like, it's like it was either Logan or Chris was saying, like, they're so appreciative that he kept it alive and that they had the opportunity to come and do this shit. And regardless, like, Kontos isn't my favorite fucking album, but it's not something I like it better than fucking Supercharger or fucking whatever, the Burning Red.
Burning Red, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know. I just
name one fucking band that's been around for fucking 20 plus years and hasn't had like ups and downs. You know what I mean?
No, man. No, it's true, dude. You know, I really have grown to love the newer Machine Head. Yes, Catharsis was not the greatest, but there were some really good riffs. I mean, anytime you get those guys together, the music is always going to be there, even if it's the lyrical content that, you know, a lot of people didn't agree with or just the way it was presented. But there was a lot of good hooks in that album. I think it's overlooked. I know it's weird. It's overblown, but it's also overlooked. It's a weird mix for me.
Yeah, I don't hear any real fucking objective criticisms. It's like you hate it, and this is why I hate it. You know, I'd like to hear. I don't know. Do you think the fucking album did anything good? Jesus, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it was a solid B in my opinion. It was all right.
You would give it a B though?
I would give it a B overall. Yeah. Well, wait.
You weren't with us when we were talking about this, were you?
No, I wasn't there that day. That
sucks.
I know. I could have been there to back that up, but yeah, I would give it a solid B. You know, it's pretty generous. I mean, it could go B minus, but B for the fact that, you know, this is what album was that of theirs? What number?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't even remember
8,
either.
9?
8 or 9, maybe. I don't know, to be consistently pumping out music like that and still shredding on the solos and shit. And it's fucking Demo too. Like, how can you keep pissing shit all over Demo?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wish it didn't end the way it did, but I don't know. You know what I mean?
No. You know, here's the thing that I don't know if you know this about me. Maybe you probably do, because you know me as listening to my styles and knowing how I play. But would it shock you if I told you that I thought Chris Kontos was a better overall drummer than Dave McClain?
It wouldn't shock me.
Yeah. You know,
because if you go ahead. I want to hear yours.
like Dave, he is a phenomenal metronome. He is a perfectionist. He is just unbelievable what the stuff that he does and what he can come up with. Obviously, like reading the stuff about Through the Ashes, how he did, I think, most of those songs in one take. There's something about Chris that he plays, like he serves the song, if that makes any sense. He just kind of lays back, but when it's time to step up, he hits on these certain levels that I think is different than Dave, where Dave is this perfect, well-polished, I have a plan, I'm going to carry things through, and that's fucking awesome, don't get me wrong, but there was something about the way that Chris played that was just so not, like, perfectly good to go.
Can I make a guitar player comparison?
Yeah.
All right. So for me, I understand exactly what you mean. There's something about Chris's playing that's on Burn My Eyes that you're just like, holy fuck.
Right.
And even though it might not be the most technical or like a guitar player's perspective, the two that come to my mind, you got John Petrucci on one hand, where it's just fucking, you know, it's as far as guitar playing goes, it's hard to find somebody that could technically be better. He's probably top at everything as far as guitar playing goes. But then you got a guy like Dime, who is just hooks your ear like that. Doesn't even have to fucking do anything crazy. As soon as like you hear the fucking like an opening riff to like I'm Broken or something, there's something about his playing that you're immediately fucking hooked.
Right.
And even though he shreds, even though he probably wouldn't outshred Petrucci as far as technicality goes, or fucking, I'm playing a harmonic minor scale over this, where Dime's just off the fucking cuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? It could be ugly, it could be unconventional, but you feel it and you hear it, and it's instantly like a hook in your head. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like in that ear.
Right.
So I feel you, man.
Okay. No, I'm glad you feel that way. I don't
know if there's anything for you, but yeah.
Yeah. No. I get it. Maybe just along the same lines that Chris was playing more of the thrashier stuff that they had, and when McLean came in, he came in with the Burning Red, and it was like kind of like that. I hate to say it, but that metal you kind of feel, and then they brought it back.
He was on fucking McLean's first album was More Things Change.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh my God.
Chris was only on that first album.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Holy shit! I just embarrassed myself. Oh my God.
I got you.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow.
Because it just seems like that would be like those two lineups, right? Like the More Things Change and Burn My Eyes just feels like it's that band still. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
So to hear that, yeah, I totally get you, man.
Okay. Oh, now I need to go back and listen to all this again.
Now, do you think the way Machine Head evolved musically, do you think Chris would have been a good fit for that?
That's oof. Now, you look at something like Imperium, yes. You look at something like Beautiful Morning, no. I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
You think it's balls against the wall, just whatever happens, like Dave Lombardo, the shit kind of style, right?
Yeah, no, I totally feel that way, because I don't know. If you look at Machine Head's first album, it really felt that it didn't have a plan. It just kind of flowed, and it was fucking heavy. It was dark. It was just there in your face, and it became more of that polished. I don't even want to say like maybe classical metal feel to it. Like it was just so over processed, and like Catharsis, I felt like it was over processed. It was too clean, and you know me, I like my stuff real raw and dirty. And that goes for many things. Yeah. For many things in life. But I don't know, man. I got goosebumps. That other thing that I sent you where they're sitting down listening to the whole album and talking with each other, you'll really enjoy that, man. I sat and watched that whole entire thing.
Yeah, dude, like I said, I only saw like maybe a minute of it, but it's good to see Rob fucking getting back to what seems like he used to be, like the smiling. It's not all this somber, like, it seems like he's having fun again. I don't know hopefully he's having fun the whole time, but just if all that shit was going on, maybe not. Good to see him smiling. I hope everybody's fucking feeling it.
Yep.
And I'm excited, dude.
Me too. We just hope they come to the States now.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe next year.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get anything until 2020.
No, not at all. No, they could be testing it over in Europe. Odorous never really liked people talking about Europe. I remember one time he was saying in an interview that he's like, "Oh, don't tell me about Europe because they don't get it. They get plenty of it."
Man, it's just a different mindset, man.
Yeah. No, you're right, man.
You know.
I don't know.
That's a whole nother conversation, but yeah.
It is. Yeah, I told you. One of these days, Wasted Attention, we're going to go over Guar. We're going to talk about Guar. Possibly.
We can talk about it, man. Like, we were going to, but I didn't feel like I knew enough.
Yeah.
So I fucked it up. And then these episodes that we're going to release are just fucking all over the place and didn't really have any fucking direction to them. So
no.
Goes to show what we know, man.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, we're already pushing an hour here. We're like really on 3 subjects, so I love it.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's fun
too,
conversation.
Man.
I wish we got to do this more, dude.
I know, me too. It's really fun, man. This is something honest to God, all day, like I've been looking forward to this because, man, I haven't talked to JD in a few days, like really just in depth. And as fun as the podcasts are too, it's real cool to kind of slow it down and really focus on the stuff that, the rando stuff that we would talk about, not just the main subject of things.
Yeah, can I bring it back to the dirt?
Yeah, I like that.
It's like when Nikki Sixx got clean and they went back to Vince and they're like, if we never play a note again, I just this is about family, man. I just
exactly
want to be with my brothers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. My brother.
That's what I do. That's right.
Oh yeah. That's what we do, man. There's a lot of love in this whole thing that we're doing here,
If there wasn't, would it be worth doing?
Would it what?
Would it be, if there wasn't any love, then would it be worth doing?
No, not at all. Because it would be just like everything else that's out there right now.
We weren't a bunch of fucking idiots saying stupid shit, making each other laugh. We'd be just like every other fucking podcast that does music. We bring tribulation.
We bring our own salty twist to it.
Oh yeah.
Very salty. All right, so let's get the other. We'll get the podcast up here, SoundCloud. I'm interviewing Valens tomorrow. We'll get that up out there, and before you know it, we'll be back at it with our next podcast next week, man.
Yeah, so all you motherfuckers listening, I need you to like and subscribe to YouTube. That's probably boring right now. We're gonna get videos eventually.
Yes.
You'll see our dumb fucking faces. And then for SoundCloud, I don't know how that works, but please listen and like it, and then spread it. And then I post the other stuff on Anchor, which posts to everything else, I think. So go out there, like if it's Apple Podcast, rate and subscribe or whatever the fuck they do on there. So, spread the love, man. I think I took care of all our bases. That's your fucking business over here.
We're just trying,
my desk with my feet up. That's what I do.
Nice. Yeah, I'm standing up now. I'm about to take this cold ass pizza off the oven and put it in the microwave, warm it up, and hit it, man.
I gotta go find me some late night snacks, my friend.
Yes, you do. Enjoy it, brother, and we'll be talking soon.
All right, some of this as soon as you get a chance, boy. I'll fucking I'll do what I do with it.
No, you always put the final perfect polishing touches on it. I love it. You absolutely will get it from me.
I look forward to our next outing, buddy.
Me too, brother. Can't wait to talk to you again.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.